Hey, Joe.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Well, connected to the wrong Wi-Fi, so I'm going to drop here a second while I connect to the right one.
Oh, I guess it's just me now. Well, today is the day. FOMC in 2 hours. Gonna see what happens. Everything looks pretty stable to me right now. So I'm kind of expecting it to go the other way, as I said yesterday. Um, you know, particularly with all the other things going on in the market, either staying on schedule or potentially scaling out a little bit. I don't know if I see acceleration of tapering, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? I'm waiting for Brad. Come on, Brad. Hey, there he is. No, he's not. Did see some interesting news about an article on a bunch of banking giants eyeing crypto now, more banking giants. And it talks about German banks have started developing concepts to enable customers to buy and sell crypto. Commerce banks working intensely on the subject of crypto. Volkswagen Raiffeisenbank is pushing ahead on deciding whether the bank should offer crypto services.
I'm alive.
Hey, there he is. And a couple of ones. Swiss Quote is planning to launch a crypto exchange early next year. And it looks like SEBA is offering a stable coin for digital ownership of gold. We're talking a little bit about banking news, banks going into crypto more while you were straightening out your Wi-Fi thing.
Well, and now fucking StreamYard won't let me. We're going to go eternal here. Of course, StreamYard. Oh, fucking A.
So Robinhood acquired cross-exchange trading platform Cove Markets to make it easier for their customers to manage their crypto accounts, which is actually pretty interesting. When you look at all the, people that are in Robinhood, that looks pretty cool. Galaxy Digital announced the launch of the Galaxy Solana Fund, passively managed fund seeking to track the performance of the newly launched Bloomberg Galaxy Solana Index. I guess it's a play on index based on Solana, basically. Solana plays. There's lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on, Joe.
Everywhere, man. So this chart, sorry.
Oh, Alexa decided to talk again.
Just pay that whore and send her on her way, man.
Seriously? Did you just say that? Joe's trying to kill an entire demographic for us in one fell swoop.
No, nobody cares. They know we're just talking shit.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
So our favorite, one of my favorite guys, Route to Fi, he loads up these looping strategies and everything. And I don't think I covered this one yesterday. I know I didn't because he didn't tweet this till today. So Tomb is pegged to FTM, right? Mm-hmm. So theoretically, you shouldn't get any impermanent loss on. By the way, folks, when you hit your 50s, you start losing words and you have to fucking recall in the middle of a sentence what the word is. Somebody needs to make an app for that. My wife was like, create an app that follows along with what you're doing with AI and then fills in the word when you can't think of it. Anyway, so FTM Tomb pegged together. Let's say you have 10K, he says. You buy FTM with 5K. You convert 50% of your FTM to Tomb, and then you make an LP of FTM and Tomb. Then you put it in Reaper or Grim, or Reaper and Grim. I guess you're looping between the two of them, and you get 1,050% APY. And then he says if you're personally, he skips step 5, which is short FTM for 5K. But his whole idea was that this would be a delta neutral strategy. But he's like, I don't do the neutral part. I don't do the short. So that's pretty interesting. I haven't looked at Grim and Reaper in a while. I'm assuming there's some kind of like loop he's talking about here that he doesn't get into the details on, which would be handy. So,
Well, and this is also a good place to just buy FTM. I mean, I think the price is like $1.10 or $1.20 or something. I mean, I sold it $3.40 something, I think, but I'm looking at every entry point.
What the hell just happened to my browser? What the fuck?
It's that Mac stuff, buddy. You just
Dude, it's not the Mac. It's the fucking. It's fucking web browsers. The technology has not.
It's probably that log4j problem or something like that. It's probably been hijacked.
Yeah, that's it. What am I looking for? I'm doing Tomb. Let's see what's here on Tomb. Oh, shut the fuck up, Alexa.
I'm not going to say anything now.
Okay, so this Tomb FTM LP is 27.40%. I think everybody that follows him aped in on this shit. Is it Reaper.finance? Is that the one?
I think so. Didn't we see them at Decentra? Weren't they hanging out with the secret guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not Reaper.finance. What is it, Joe?
I have no idea.
Reaper FTM. Let's see what we get.
I'm just looking for an FTM price.
Reaper.farm. Reaper.farm.
Yeah, FTM's $1.28. So, I mean, you can't go wrong just buying the FTM either.
No.
Now, I was doing something in Grim, I don't know, ways back. What were we doing with Grim? It was the memo or something, if I remember right.
No, we were earning memo for staking Scare.
That's right. Oh yeah, what happened to Scare?
I don't know, man. What happened to Scare? We bailed on it.
Yeah, let's see. Scare.
They had some issues. What was the issue they had? I can't remember.
Scarecrow, right? Yeah.
Scarecrow. Yeah. Let me see if I can find the FTM Tomb. I think that one's shot.
Oh yeah, fully diluted valuation is $32,000 of Scare. TVL 250,000.
32,000?
Yeah, it's down 99% over the last 30 days. So
what was the controversy that happened? I can't remember.
I don't know either. There's been so many of them. Yeah, it's like you're trying to discern, like, you know.
Oh, I remember. The developer at. Oh, that was it. I think one of the devs at Reaper accused them of being a scam, and basically killed it. And I raged on the guy on Twitter because I was like, "That's fucked up. You don't have any proof." So actually, here's the FTM Tomb crypt at 995% annually, 0.658%. I mean, that's a nice bet, man. You know, if they're pegged. If Tomb and FTM are pegged and the peg holds, then, you know, that's a nice return without any impermanent loss risk. And you're holding, you know, a token that you and I both like, which is Phantom.
Yeah.
I wish I'd done that yesterday with that $1,200 I put in time, although I'm up. I was up last night, like 13%.
Yeah, no, I think I saw it at like 3,500 earlier this morning.
So. Now I think it's down again today. A bit. Might. Let's see. Coins. I love this Ether Drops bot in Telegram. It's so much easier way to get priced than loading up a fucking web page. 2902. So it's down a bit. It was up to 3160 last night. Hanging out. But I'm pleased with that buy because I'm rebasing, right? So is that kind of like freebasing?
That's what as soon as you said it, I was just thinking about.
I bet these whippersnappers don't even know what freebasing is anymore.
It was pre-crack, basically.
Yeah. It was like, was it? Or was it?
Yeah, it was like powder.
Was it crack?
It was before crack came out. So it was powder that people would, smoke, I guess.
I got some fucking stories, Joe, someday.
Yeah. We keep those out of the realm of the teenage children that we have. But yeah. But luckily,
the ones I can remember, the stories I can remember.
Yeah.
So
once you get over your Alzheimer's problem.
Dude, I got buddies that are my age that are still smoking dope daily.
Oh, I know a lot of people. It's kind of like the crypto bubble.
I don't,
I mean,
and then they're
partners in law
wondering,
firms. Yeah.
then them and their wives are smoking dope and then drinking 2 bottles of wine a night. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you function? I mean, seriously.
Probably keeps the marriage together.
A few of them? You are absolutely right.
No,
you are
but
so right, dude. Oh, there's a lot of tomb pairs over here.
Yeah, no, it's like,
but no real.
I don't know. To me,
Oh, here we go. It was backwards. That's weird. Oh, that was Spirit Swap. If you come down, there you go. So 1,250% APY, 60/40 Tomb FTM. And then Tomb FTM LP. Oh, all right. 1,250%. Yeah, and I like the Grim interface better. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, why not?
This guy's so good. He should be doing our show when you and I should just relax. This Route to Fi. He's always got the shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, he finds good yield opportunities, which is very cool.
Yeah, we just sit and steal their shit.
Well, I mean, we look at the pages. I'm just all like in on rebases, so I'm kind of bored right now.
I know. We should be able to pull these out. I think I might dive into this a little bit just for some shits and giggles. So, because this looks like fun. I love being on Phantom. I need to do more there. Got the W memo on Phantom, so that's good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I like the rebase stuff because, like I said, it's kind of like your long-term hold where you don't have to worry about it, like you used to do stocks back in the day.
Yeah.
But stocks, as that one graph I sent, you can tell how overvalued everything is. I mean, there's people, YouTubers, and everybody talking about how 80 PE is a good deal, and I'm like, 80 PE? I mean, are you kidding me? That, basically in the olden days, if you saw like 35 PE, you realize that PE tends to correlate with top line revenue growth.
Right.
So if you got 35 PE, that would mean that, you're growing top line revenue by 35% a year. And so I could kind of see that based upon like normal growth rates. But 80, most of these don't have any revenue.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm kind of like, this is making not a lot of sense. And that's why I threw over that S&P chart just to kind of show
let me pull that up.
How much is just total bullshit. So just to summarize, they're saying this is the S&P.
What the fuck does this mean?
Okay, so the red is book value of the enterprise. And then the blue is what
the red is like book value as in
tangible assets.
Cash, so the real, what that's really worth.
The base value. Now, then blue is discounted cash flow, or NPV, net present value. And that's where you're valuing the future, say, cash flow from the company over time. You're buying that, next 50 years of cash flow projected.
Right.
Now, I was kind of surprised by this because, I've always calculated NPV in deals as its own thing. Book value is usually a lot lower. And, so I tend to always discount book value as not really being anything, but I was kind of surprised at how high it is in this chart. To me, an NPV analysis would be the enterprise value. But these corporations must just be so bloated with treasury stock and all these other things that it's making that book value look so high. Well, the orange is just, what does he say? Hopes and
dreams.
Yeah, hopes and dreams. This is all the bullshit. I mean, this is not.
But I mean, how does this? How do you calculate the hopes and dreams? This is current price.
I think what he's looking at is the total book value. Well, I have my cursor on the screen, thinking everybody sees it. But the red line, is like, say, the book value of the S&P 500, the 500 companies in the S&P 500.
Right.
So the blue value is sort of the discounted cash flow or the net present value of those same 500 companies. And then this orange is the delta between those two values and what the actual stock price is.
I got you.
Okay. So this is the orange is the fluff. And so, you look at the years, you look at the timing, and you can see, what's been going on. Let me look. What is that?
Look at the irony here. The irony here is that the 2008, 2009 crisis actually brought fucking stocks back to where they should actually be valued.
Yeah.
And they call crypto a fucking Ponzi.
Yeah. So this is what it puts all
the only time stocks have been where their actual value is in the S&P 500 in the last, what is this, 93? Yeah, so
the first
28 years.
Yeah,
the only time is when we have a major financial crisis.
Yeah. And what's funny is look at, this is like this first hump is sort of, I call it the .com, the 90s or the .com run up.
Yeah.
But look at that little like drop, maybe halfway up. I think that's the Asian financial crisis that basically brought the world to its knees, but I think that was 97. So it might even be 498. That little tiny, when you're just going up the slope, that little drop right there, that's the 97 Asian financial crisis or whatever it was, 94, 97, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And, that was cataclysmic. That was when the Korean economy went off the fucking rails completely and bailouts everywhere. And, look, it's not even measurable basically to the naked
eye.
And so then the peak is .com. Then we got that retrenchment. Then we've fired up the real estate sector. That's the next one is all that real estate driven. And of course, the, a couple of wars going on, I think at that point too. And then the fall off for the, when everybody went, oh, this condo that sold for 20,000 4 months ago can't be worth 600,000.
Yeah.
And so everybody pulled the plug. And then the rest is, Great Recession, stimulus spending, but it didn't really get out of control. It looks like to me until around 2016, when more rounds of tax cuts were passed, and more spending, and all that shit goes right into.
And this is COVID.
Yeah, and then COVID is that big spike down there, and then the resultant crank.
It lasted all of about 10 minutes.
Yeah, because all of the money that gets put into the economy when the Fed loosens, it goes to the banks and private equity groups. So they go buy equities.
Yeah.
And so that's what drives these prices up.
You know what I get nervous that I'm looking at a chart, and this is absolutely fucking stupid, but when I look at a chart and I think about a human being walking up it, and it gets to the point where a fucking human being can't walk up it, that's when I get scared.
Well, that's the old hockey stick thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, this feels like, this just feels like fucking trouble.
Well, yeah, it is. And
that was August. I wonder what it's like now.
Oh, it's still, I don't think the stock market has done anything but go up.
Guys, exactly.
Yeah. I don't pay attention.
Well,
to it
and this is,
I used to, but
the argument here is that this is, this is the Fed. This is money printing. This is propping it up. This is fucking with the rates. Like now, we're so used to the fucking drug that anything less than this is just a crisis. I mean, when you consider the fact that 2009 was actually real value, it's like, what the fuck? Maybe the market's trying to tell us something, folks.
Yeah. Well, it's when you have, look, they were trying to unwind this. I think it was 2017 or 2018. And, the previous administration wouldn't let it happen because, you're coming up on midterm elections.
Right.
Same thing that we're getting ready to have now. So, the Fed's independent, but at the same time, they try to stay politically neutral. So they have very limited windows to do anything, it seems.
Right.
Got another friggin' election coming along. So there were chances to do in that 2018 range, and then backed off on it for obvious reasons, because the whole indicator of the previous administration was whatever the stock market was doing. So they propped it up. And this is more post-pandemic, and the current administration, that's just driving speculative frenzy at this point. So this, I'd love to see this compared to a 1929 chart, perhaps.
Oh,
just to see what
that'd
that
be
looks
fun.
like.
Yeah,
I don't know if they calculated everything back then. But look, so the Fed's sitting here trying to decide what to do. They're trying to stop buying, trying to taper the buying of bonds so that it starts cooling things down. They can also raise interest rates. They don't want to do any of that because what's going to happen is this thing's going to collapse, and then everybody's going to be pissed for whatever reason. But sometimes you just got to take your medicine.
Exactly.
Regardless of whether or not you're going to get reelected.
Well, and the interesting thing is, you ever listen to the All In podcast with Jason Calacanis and Chamath and David Sachs and Freeberg? they keep talking about every week. Chamath, he's a billionaire. He's one of the guys leading the path on all these SPACs that are happening. He's been a big player in that. He said he's unloading because the biggest guys in the world are unloading who've never unloaded before. Bezos, Musk, others that he names, the billionaires that he names off, are unloading stock right now and cashing out on a bunch because they're worried about what's coming.
Well, everybody sees it's toppy.
Yeah.
The question is, where does it go? And how fast does it go at that point? I mean,
are we still connected then?
Yes, like crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I kind of, so here was just something else interesting I saw this morning that, gold's been going up. Well, yesterday it had its biggest daily loss since last month or something like that. Now, who cares last month? But so you kind of think everybody was buying gold riding up into this FOMC thing today.
Right.
And yesterday, everybody sells the gold. So, to me, I'm kind of thinking, again, you see a decoupling. Okay, if the traditional inflation hedge asset like gold is being dumped going into an event that everybody thinks is, all the people are saying, it's going to tank a bunch of stuff or they're going to do something aggressive and tank the markets and crypto.
Right.
Tells you that maybe those gold people are also rolling into crypto. It tells me that maybe maybe Bezos, like you said, and Musk and all those guys, they know their companies aren't worth what. I mean, I saw Apple now as a $3 trillion market cap. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And so, I mean,
it's
part of it is
nuts.
devaluing
as
the
much
dollar
as I
so
love
much.
Apple.
Yeah. But, if the dollar devalues 50%, there's somewhat of a correlation as to equity prices going up that same amount because you still have shares. So, maybe those heightened valuations are just because of all the money printing. I mean, it's sort of very complicated and, I'm not a major league expert on that stuff. But still, I think that we are going to see a decoupling now because I think more and more people are realizing that, I saw another stat today, global debt, IMF, they say it's at $226 trillion right now. And, what's US GDP? I don't know, maybe 40 trillion, something like that. 30 trillion. I have no idea. But, that's global. And so the IMF is saying, look, any interest rate rises put all that debt at risk being paid.
Right.
So, now you're talking about, all those debt guys are going to start shuffling to get the hell out at whatever price they're in. So where do they all go with their money? They don't want to go hold dollars and put it in the bank because we already know that's devaluing 1% a month, basically.
Right.
So you want to go somewhere that's not going to devalue. And so to me, I think this could be the inflection point where it does somewhat decouple because I don't really see a lot of people selling big time crypto to cover stock margin loans right now.
Right.
At least I wouldn't. And I wouldn't be holding cash either because that's just going to get eroded.
Well, it's a lot like the guy I talked about yesterday that I know that's been in real estate, poo-pooed crypto for as long as I've known him. And suddenly he's asking me how he buys crypto, right? Yeah. Like he's sending me text messages right now because he's having trouble setting up his Binance US account. And the fact is that all these folks are starting to figure out, there's a problem.
Am I late to the party?
And their money's getting eaten away. Yeah.
Yeah. Particularly someone that age, I think you said was living off of, fixed income basically, or something like that.
Fixed income and real estate. He has a bunch of properties he rents.
Yeah. A lot of people I know have been selling real estate lately just because it's so high. My neighbor, she just sold a house up in Charlottesville, Virginia, that they'd had for a long time. And, she was, she has a lot of other properties in town here that she rents out. But, during the pandemic, nobody paid rent. Everybody just stopped paying and took the rent aid and then moved out before they had to actually pay. So it's, the landlords are all getting screwed basically, because I don't think there was any aid for them in any of these things.
Well, if they had it as a business, it would.
Yeah, you're right.
So real quick, we got some comments, Joe. We got John Lucas was talking about, sorry, John, we missed this. We weren't paying attention. He was telling me that he was telling us that Grim and Reaper, not auto compounder, no leverage looping. Trading Edge said, I like time, but time/mem looking like it could head lower, especially if yesterday's hammer break. What else we got?
He says it charts in. He wants to see SPX gold. Okay.
Yeah. Can you get that, Joe?
Oh, and I don't know, man. I'm sure it's up somewhere. But he says back to 2005 levels, which is kind of interesting.
We are back to 2005 levels. Interesting. Oh, so we have somebody listening that's smarter than me. That's good. Or more informed, I should say.
I see some charts here. Wait a second. What we got here? S&P 500 price in gold. All right. All right. Here comes the link to you. There we are. All right. I'm sending it to you right now.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I just sent it to you. It's the last one in the
fucking genius,
Telegram.
Joe.
Oh, he posted a link too.
He did.
Yeah, let's see what he. I don't see it though. Maybe he can't post links.
Oh, I think it blocks. I think friggin' YouTube blocks links.
Go ahead and pop the one I just sent you up.
All right. Well, Jesus Christ, I got too many fucking windows open. Hold on.
Telling you what, it's that Apple stuff, man.
No, it is not the Apple stuff. It's my fucking undiagnosed ADHD. And I got too much shit going on at once. Okay. So,
okay. This is a long chart from 51.
I don't have it open yet, Joe. I'm going to have to wait a second. You have to just chill out. Okay. Gotcha, buddy. We're loading
Here
up.
it comes. Chug, 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 chug.
The fuck?
Okay, so
I should let you be sharing screen. You're the one that knows this shit.
You are slow, man. Look at that shit.
Because I got 400 fucking tabs going and 2 browsers open.
Okay, so it looks to me like the red is S&P 500 over gold.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're looking at, and there's gold, S&P 500 over gold. Yeah, I mean, I see his point. But at the same time, S&P 500 is denominated in dollars from the point I was trying to make, which is what I think drives it so high. I want to think this through a little bit, with gold and how 2005. Yeah, I mean, I think what he's implying is that, we all know what happened in 2005, 2008. Everything tanked with the latter part of that range.
Yeah.
So maybe that is his point, but it's another good indicator to look at. I mean, I just think everything is so friggin' toppy.
2005,
but I'm hoping it drives us. It's right where you're at. The big drop is 2008. So go back like a little bit from there. It's kind of
I'm right now. I'm on 2005.
Yeah, so
that's 2003. 2005 is in the middle. But I look at the difference though in those fucking charts. I mean, I guess that looked like that then. I don't know. This is so fucking ridiculous.
So what's interesting is, okay, it was totally hyperinflated. What was gold? See, gold wasn't even that high either. Or now gold's at almost 2,000. Yeah, I mean, I guess whatever you're looking at. I mean, I don't know the S&P 500 over gold. I guess it could peak again, but at the same time, I'm looking at it back in the 2000 time frame when it was at its previous peak. That's .com years.
We should probably get Trading Edge on the friggin' show. He's like, I don't disagree with the elevated valuations. In my opinion, a lot of the recent gains is due to money illusion.
Yes, exactly. Which I think is the point that we're all saying the same thing here.
Yeah,
that it is money illusion. He's saying, I think, with gold that since it's more of it's a real asset, let's say a hard asset, that's where you should truly be pegging to, versus a illusory asset or like the dollar. It's not backed by anything other than the US GDP or something at this point,
right?
Whereas gold actually has a value, but quite not enough of it to cover probably M2 or anything like that. So, but yeah, I think we're all saying, hey, look, this is not good, and something's going to happen.
This is fun charts.
Yeah, no, he's good here. He also says, even though prices are at all-time highs, we're all not getting much richer. That's true.
That's true, man. It's all getting.
You remember when
eaten away.
.com blew up? I mean, just how much money you had and how much things you could buy.
Dude,
I was so
making
much money.
Bank on stocks like hand over fucking fist.
Yeah, and like,
not to mention being in an IPO didn't hurt.
Yeah,
either.
yeah. I was at a couple of those and got in the friends and family rounds. And
my biggest fear was the market was going to collapse before my lockout ended, but it did not.
Yeah, that's what happened to a lot of people.
Well, the other problem that happened during that time frame was people that got taxed on the time at the time of
NSOs or ISOs. Yeah.
At the time they received the tokens, but by the time they could sell them, they had dumped. So they were taxed on the value at that time of receipt rather than at the time of dump. I think that law has been, I'm trying to remember the name of that thing, but I think that law has since been addressed, but that was,
I would suspect it has.
There was a lot of .com millionaires that were bankrupt after their lockup period ended because they were being taxed on the value at the time of receipt instead of at the time they could sell.
Yeah, and then you got that big number you're just throwing in your long-term capital loss carry forward. I think you could only do 3,000 a year.
Yeah,
back then. No, I mean there was a big thing about if you did ISOs or NSOs and when you did them and what the valuation was when you did them. And so, you'd basically be trying to get the lowest possible valuation by any of the, certified valuation people. And then you'd price them there to try to minimize that hit. I was doing something for a company like maybe 8 years ago, and they were going through that same process.
Yeah.
Where we were trying to get the lowest possible valuation for the stock options within reason.
Yeah.
So that was a big pain. I luckily didn't get hit in much of that because I was always getting options at below par value. So, when we were forming companies by merging companies together. And so we would all take the options at essentially nothing, zero. And there was another form you could file that would start that cap gains clock ticking right then.
Right.
Before you didn't have to exercise. So so you would have, I want to say 10B maybe or something like that, or there was a form, and I'm sure that's still around too, but that was so complicated.
Yeah.
It was a lot easier.
Yep.
It's like, you just go for it. And, and you don't, and you pay it when you pay it. Like when it comes off into your bank accounts. So, you don't have all of that encumbrance. So a lot more startups, a lot more entrepreneurial activity, a lot more innovation. But anyhow, so what is, I know we have some other cool things. I saw that PayPal for crypto ramp raised 53 million Series A, PayPal Stripe kind of thing. I saw there's that Kingfisher chart too, but I just don't want to get too much doom and gloom.
Economic doom and gloom. Are you still counting on our breakthrough that you were talking about yesterday? You still think we got that coming?
I think so. I mean, look, I look at the futures. I'm looking at them actually right now. I mean, they're not futures, but the stock prices are, not that off. I think Dow looks like it's off about maybe 100.
Yeah.
And S&P is, I'm pull it up on my screen here so I can see it better. Yeah, Dow's off 100, S&P's off 11.89, quarter point basically, both of them. So I think everybody that wanted to get out or was looking for an excuse has pretty much already done it. I don't see people sitting around waiting for the speech at this point to decide what they're going to do.
Right.
This Kingfisher chart, though, I found pretty interesting as well, the one you have up. Again, just so much weight to shorting that it just looks overblown to me.
Yeah.
So, I think everybody's expecting, I think the Fed was on track to do the taper end at maybe June or something, and people are wanting to go to March.
Wasn't Powell supposed to be doing something today?
Yeah, at 2:00.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So this is what everybody's waiting for, is that speech or that announcement or whatever it's going to be.
Let's have the great decoupling, please.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think everybody, in all the negative sentiment you see out there, I just think everybody's already, sold if they were going to sell. I think all these shorts stacked up there that you see are all people that are, just hedging against a stack that they already have in case it goes the other way, is my read. But if Powell comes out and says what everybody expects, which is, well, I don't think everybody expects it, but he's got three choices. It's either what we already said we were going to do, or we do it faster, or we take more time. I think everybody expects him to say he's going to do it faster already, the tape.
Right.
So if he says, no, we're going to stay where we are because of Omicron and all this other stuff, or maybe even extending it a tiny bit longer, so it's less accelerated impact, I think that is going to be tremendously positive. But also what he says about interest rate increases. I don't see him coming in and doing anything with tapering and then throwing interest rate increases on the table, because I think that just is going to scare the heck out of everyone. I think I've seen some talk lately about kind of the negative interest rate approach, but on the other hand, because, if you raise interest rates now, then the cost to service U.S. debt goes up.
Right.
So we don't want that either. And all the adjustable mortgage rates go up, credit card debt goes up, all of it. And, it could be a very negatively impacting event. So, I think despite, I think inflation is, I heard a new way to call it episodic, not transitory. I think it's really related to just everybody out spending again and supply chain crunches. Oil companies are doing 38% free cash flow this year. They jacked prices, obviously, and are holding them up. I mean, there is a lag between refined and getting to the pump and all of that, when they buy it and when they sell it. But they're clearly taking profit, and they're only going to do that so long.
And look, they also don't mind fucking Biden while they're at it. So,
yeah,
that's the other thing.
Yeah, because they know that these guys are coming after fossil fuel industry. So,
exactly.
But, if we do have something where things slow down again, then, of course, people aren't going to be driving as much or getting as much gas. So food prices, I mean, I heard the LA ports are just stuffed full of containers again, more than they've ever had. So the supply chain's catching up. That's why I call it episodic. I mean, and I don't know. I also think inflation is kind of good in some ways. Not out of control inflation, but
right.
It's the only way you can inflate away this debt.
Yeah.
There is talk about, how much, I don't know how much we owe in national debt, 20 trillion, 30 trillion, something like that. Point. I remember when it crossed $1 billion and everybody was like, oh my God, what are we ever going to do? And I'm like, God damn, I remember those days. And now it's like 30T or something. But
yeah,
you inflate it away. So,
who's the only president in, I don't know, what is it now? 30, 40, maybe almost 50 years, at least 40. Who's the only president not to increase the deficit, in our adulthood?
Clinton.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember when
only one to decrease.
Well, when all the .com money started rolling in, and you saw the collections were like, they were running like $600 billion surpluses or something like that in the maybe 98, 97, up to like 99-ish, and you saw that deficit going down.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of think that crypto, Web3, all of that can unleash all this new productivity that could do things like that. But
I agree.
We just need to turn it loose.
Yep. Oh shit. Oh, I need to do a shout out. I need a call out. I need help from the community. I need a podcast, audio and video editor. Someone who's reasonably priced, that if they don't understand crypto, will work in a collaborative application where I can tell them what things to pull out, that has some decent podcasting and or audio and or video editing skills, YouTube skills, not doing anything crazy, just need someone to take the workload off of me. I'm spending way too much of my life editing fucking shit. So anybody knows anybody, please DM me, B05 Crypto. You can email me, brad@275capital.com. Any way you want to reach out to me. I need somebody that's decent, skilled, reasonably priced. If you know a film school student, if you know somebody who's kind of getting started in this world but has some skills, this isn't crazy. We're not NPR here. I'm not creating, This American Life. I just need decent editing skills for the long form podcast and for the video versions of those, and then some edits occasionally on this show. So,
yeah, and also, look, if you're, you'll be editing podcasts with, DeFi market leaders, so you're going to learn a lot by doing it. So not only you get paid, but if you're interested in this space, you're going to learn an awful lot and get some alpha before it's even released. So,
and if you're open to it, you want to help with production and scheduling and all of that, that'll make my life easier too. So, it depends on the person, their personality. They may just be creative and only want to do editing. I'm cool with that. But if there's somebody that's, got those skills and wants to help out, I've called out before to folks about kind of virtual assistant type stuff, but it's more and more clear to me what I really need is someone with kind of creative skills for the podcast and the videos. And, nothing, like I said, it's not crazy shit. I use some really simple tools. If you have your own tools, I'm cool with that. But I'll help you identify highlights and things to edit out and keep in, et cetera. But anyway, reach out to me, please.
Yeah, reach out to him because he's super busy doing that shit and it's annoying the hell out of me. So
yeah, it's annoying the hell out of everybody. Yeah. Everybody I have a partnership with, it's annoying the hell out of because it's taken me too long. But at the same time, that drives things like connections for our fund and private sales and all that stuff. So I'm greatly appreciative of anyone who knows someone, even if they don't have crypto skills, but they have editing skills. I'll teach them the other pieces. So,
yeah, hopefully you get some responses.
Yeah, man.
He's a good guy. He's easy to work with.
Yeah, mostly.
You won't have to deal with me at all.
I only beat people once a week.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, there you go. All right, Mr. Misogynist.
I didn't say. Wait.
You didn't say women. Oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That's right. I'm sorry.
I said I only
beat kids.
I only beat them once a week.
Yeah, the dog, the kids. God damn it. Crypto's down. Where's that dog?
So we didn't get the fucking cats in to be spayed.
Yeah, you told me about that. What was
that was a fucking nightmare. Let me tell you. Trying to get 3 cats into a cage, into a crate. They got in with the tuna, but as soon as that gate started closing, they were flying out. And we caught one, and then he was bashing himself against the inside of the gate. We're like, okay, let's just fuck this shit. So we're hiring somebody. There are actually people who have businesses. Their entire business is capturing cats. That's what they do. They trap cats.
These are neighborhood strays, right?
Yeah, they're neighborhood strays. I mean, they hang out with us. They live in our garage mostly and come out to our back patio. They come in the house occasionally. One of the kittens will let me pet, and the mother cat loves us, wants to live in the house, does not want to leave ever. But the kittens are all a little skittish. And we traumatized them yesterday, and my wife's traumatized.
Put some cat food out there with some tranquilizers in it. We used to have this cat when I was a kid, Mike. And I remember we'd take him
the cat was named Mike?
Mike, yeah.
Okay.
And, I think I named it, but I was little. I don't know why I picked Mike. But the thing was that this cat would get in the car and it would just start howling. Because it was all freaked out from the motion. It'd be just going like, that cat howl. That you're like, what the fuck? And then it would start panting and then it would start throwing up everywhere.
Oh, God.
It was, cat
That's a fucking nightmare.
That's horrible. So we went to the vet and the vet gave us a little, I think it was phenobarbital or whatever for the cat. And so, Mike, the cat would get his little his dose before jumping in the car. And that cat would lay in there sprawled out.
I bet.
With its head hanging out for like 8 hours.
Wait, Eamon said snack 'em sleepers.
Oh.
I mean, is that like a real thing, dude? Or are you just making a joke?
I think it sounds real, man. All right, let's hit.
Where do I get that shit? And we're not cat people.
I'm a dog person myself, but I'm allergic to cats.
Why is my friend Kelly FaceTiming me? That's weird. I think it's a butt dial. She never calls me.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
the restraining orders out. Expired.
No. Yeah. Anyway, we love these cats. And we never liked cats. We said we were never going to have cats. We have, we have our last dog who's he's 15, still peppy, but had a heart attack, so he's on meds. He pees he said it's a joke.
Okay.
He has to pee every 45 minutes to an hour. I have to give him meds twice a day, but he's lively and peppy. So, and you couldn't tell, that he's that old. And then now we're cat people. We were kind of waiting until, after he died, we'd have kind of the freedom to travel without spending $300 or $400 extra to take care of him. But now we're dependent again. So
you got to get him one of those little doggy wheelchairs that he can sit in and he can just walk on the two front legs.
He doesn't need it. He walks, he runs, he plays ball. He acts like he's a freaking puppy. I mean, it must be the amphetamines.
Nuts. The amphetamines you're giving him.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. I'm doing stand-up comic today. So. But okay, so look, I talked about Untitled Chapter yesterday. That APY is still holding at 2 billion%.
Fuck.
On BSC, if you're looking for another DAO, I mean, these guys, they're doing the NFT mint on Friday.
Joe, for one of the funds, maybe we should do an all reserve currency fund where we ape into every fucking one that doesn't look like a complete and total rug.
I like it. Just like take 20% of the fund, allocate it only into those.
Well, I'm saying a tokenized fund dedicated solely to reserve currencies, and then those will be part of the other stuff. But like
a sub fund,
yeah.
I like that. I mean, there's one thing we can find is all of those 0-day rebase opportunities. When they're first coming out.
Hell yeah!
I mean, I just get bombarded with those. But the hard part is actually, I was just thinking about something I saw yesterday and. On Bloomberg, it was there's these two gals that do a show on crypto. I can't remember the names. They're actually pretty good. But they were talking to some group.
You mean two women?
Did I say gals?
Yeah, you said gals.
Sorry, two women.
You're so 1955.
I don't mean.
Are you that much older than me?
No, I'm younger, dude. I'm on your dog's medicine, dude. I'm still playing ball and running around. No, of course, I have a 16-year-old daughter, so trust me, I've come to Jesus or come to the light since I had a girl, which sort of makes a lot of my past behavior something I don't really want to talk about. But my heart was always in the right place, And so now if I use words like gal, I just mean or guys. I'm not, I don't mean, I believe everybody should do whatever they want to do, can do whatever you want. The only thing
I was raised by a hardcore feminist, so not militant, but just
your dad. I'm on fire today.
Dude, what the fuck? Okay, so 1.7 billion APY on Unis.
Yeah, and look, I don't know who it is. It's I think one dev is doxed, but
there is a dev doxed.
But they
You're saying yes? Yes, there's a dev doxed.
Yeah, I believe there's one.
Does he look like he's shopping at JCPenney's?
No, Trading Edges goes, lots of left Joe's on fire today. But they're doing the right things. When they felt like the demand was coming off, they cracked the APY up.
Okay.
They've got the GameFi piece coming, NFT mint, so they got different things to add attraction to the back end. And they got a huge, a rebase that's massive every day and huge APYs just to bolster it. I thought that was a good move when everybody else is down, and it has supported the price. And it's very early still. So to me, this is one that there's a mint discount there, right? I can't see the screen that well. Like those are positive numbers, right? Left bar.
Yeah. Oh, okay. On the mints? Yeah. Well, they're all positive. 15.68, whatever UDO is.
That's the token for Untitled Chapter.
Okay. Oh, duh. And BUSD at 11.173%. I don't want to. I need somebody build something that lets me manage all of this shit through one fucking interface and switch wallets for me. I realize the tech doesn't allow that yet, but I'm so tired of booting up chains.
Yeah.
The project that fucking makes me truly wirelessly cross chain I'm going to be a happy camper. Like, you know who has the best opportunity from that, from a swap perspective, is Dex.guru. And they haven't figured out yet what they have, because as soon as they make it seamless for me to just trade cross chains, I'm going to be like, I'll do nothing else anywhere else. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just doing a quick look at Spartacus DAO real fast. I was remembering Spartacus. It must be this one.
Because I don't want to load up Binance. Like, now I got to fucking buy shit and transfer it. And
look, I was thinking the same thing. Obviously adding Binance to your wallet is easy.
No, I already have it. It's just a matter of doing the bridging and all the bullshit you
bridge
got to
from
do.
Phantom, go to Spooky Swap, bridge from Phantom over to BSC. It takes like 3 minutes. It costs nothing.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like 180 bucks.
Right.
It's like
so I'm just
10 cents.
fucking whining for no reason.
Well, no, you just didn't know the easiest path. I guess now I'm going to go to the nice guy side here, not joke on you all the time. But
please,
it took me a long. It's actually AnySwap is what the real swap engine is, but I just do it through Spooky Swap because it's easy.
Yeah.
And with Spooky Swap on Phantom, you can go from Polygon to it, from it to Avalanche, it to Arbitrum, it to BSC. So it's a real easy one to move around in outside of Ethereum, and it's cheap. So I just go in there, move over a couple $100 and whatever you're going to mint, and take that discount and just get going. I mean, it's not that hard. And they got a story going. So at least it'll keep going for a while. But it's also one that I look at, these ones with these rebases is just trying not to look at them. And then hoping to come back in a year and see a shitload of money.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Unless I see something catastrophic. And look, I'm not in the fringe ones right now. Snowbank, but I'm actually so fucking impressed with what these guys, I mean, they're cranking. They're trying to get the community to like tweet about them and shit. And the problem is, I think everyone's a little bit still like, let's just see how you guys do first before I start tweeting about your shit. But I got to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with their recovery so far. I thought about adding more to it, but I'm going to stay where I am for now. It's not a lot, but if it starts digging out and I keep seeing up like they're doing and I keep seeing production, I'm going to be pretty excited. So
yeah, Snowbank is one that I'm on the fence on. I'm just, if it goes back to 1500-ish, I'm probably out at that point. But
but it was a colossal fuck up. But I got to tell you, I'm.
What do they have coming now? You told me, is it NFT staking?
Built-in lending?
Oh, built-in lending.
So you can borrow against your staked SB.
Snowbank.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in place, right?
Okay, so you could borrow.
You don't have to go to a third party.
Okay, so you could borrow against it, then restake that, and then borrow against that. So it's like a 9-9 strategy.
Exactly, but built into the protocol.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
It's pretty fucking hot.
That's you want some excitement. Go to the edge on that one.
Yeah, look, I'm already in there, so I might as well leverage what I have and maybe dump a little more in there.
I wonder what the LTV is going to be, though.
No.
Yeah. Just leave yourself, if anybody does that, leave yourself a little room there. If it's 75, go pull down like 45 or 50.
Yeah, no, that price can tank, so I'll be very conservative. I haven't even leveraged on my own yet, so nor on my time. And I keep thinking I will, and then, makes me scared. I'm a chicken shit sometimes. As crazy as I seem in my investing here, I definitely have some limits.
All right, so I guess Spartacus DAO must be open. This is Spartacus Finance. Is this the one? Fair finance, growing treasury, protocol and liquidity, decentralized. Yeah, that sounds like Spartacus DAO to me.
Avalanche is still at 416,000%. I mean, Snowbank's still at 416,000% right now.
I'm just connecting here for a second to see what we got going.
Look, a 12% 5-day ROI. What was the one yesterday? Was that UnisDAO that was at like 25%?
No, UnisDAO's at like 2 billion.
No. The 5-day.
Oh, yeah. It's 25.
Okay.
Roughly. What chain? This must be on Avalanche. I can't see it. I'm just taking a look at this one because we don't have some big minting discounts, but the dashboard has it at spot price 50. Yeah, look, this is what he's saying. This is what Eamon's saying. The price is 54.11. This is Spartacus DAO, token Sparta, and the backing per SPA, well, I guess it's SPA is a token, is 76.64. So you got a price below the backing, which means it's a huge discount to buy right now. So,
I think Snowbank was below 2. I saw something. Yeah, backing. No, it's just above. Backing per Snowbank is 383, and the current price is 432.
Yeah, so you basically, you might be able to explain this better than I, but the way I look at that is that's the amount of treasury holdings per token.
Exactly.
So if it goes below that level, usually there's some mechanisms that kick in.
Right, like look at Untitled DAO. Untitled DAO is at 11.59, and the price is 52.68, so 4x whatever. Olympus DAO, the backing is 1 DAI per, so it's way overinflated in terms of the backing, but that's not what I'm betting on with Olympus. So, yeah. Dude, I'm seeing so much cool shit happening in the Olympus community. This guy, what's his name? I tweeted at him. I replied to him. I said this was exciting. He already offered a bounty of $100,000 to any developer that jumps ship, accomplished developer that jumps ship and joins the Olympus core team. And now he's setting up a fund to train junior developers to become advanced developers expressly for the Olympus DAO ecosystem. I mean, that's the kind of shit that's happening. The guys, WAGMI, the fund that was started by ASFI and some other guys, $100,000. They launched it 4 weeks later, gave away $100,000 on a hackathon, a virtual hackathon over a couple of weeks. And there's now an Olympus DAO mobile app in active development. That's the shit you got to look for in a community. Is, are people so engaged, so excited about it that they're actually like building around it, that they're investing around it because they have such a big investment around it that they're willing to pony up the cash to grow it.
Yeah, I mean, look.
What was that little smirk for?
Oh no, I was just reading Eamon's last comment. Yeah, I can't. I'm on the laptop screen.
For you, old fi.
Exactly. Yeah, that was funny. OLDE, baby.
Ye old fi.
Yeah. So
that's what we should start. Boomer DAO.
Oh, come on. I'm Gen X, man.
Okay, well, so we'll call it Gen X DAO. We'll call it Gen X DAO, and it'll be an Olympus fork. It'll have built-in lending and be venture capital for other projects.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to tell everyone that
it's just going to take half the treasury, and every private sale that comes our way, we just buy automatically. We don't even like fucking.
No due diligence, nothing. Just ape in. We can have the intern that you hire.
No, but what you could do is you simultaneously launch a launch pad, or you partner with a launch pad, and you guarantee, just like Y Combinator, that every person and other investors in Y Combinator projects, that every project approved by that launch pad gets an X investment from the treasury in the launch, in the private sale. That's a really good idea, Joe.
No, the Y Combinator model. Yeah, or Idea Labs was the original one. I think.
Well, there was a fund that set up and told every Y Combinator company, I think it was $100,000 that they were getting from Y Combinator, that they would double it. I think it was whatever Y Combinator. Everybody that got accepted to Y Combinator would automatically, I don't know if it's still around, but automatically get like $200,000. So that could be a really cool model. Maybe you pick 4 launch pads that you think are doing an awesome job at building out and due diligence on the projects, and they're doxing them, and the treasury does the normal Olympus DAO shit, but like some percentage of the treasury or the funds coming in automatically go to the private sales of these launch pads.
Yeah, no, and I like that strategy because look, if you're the guys saying everybody who gets into Y Combinator, you trust Y Combinator's due diligence on execution risk, the people. Most of the VCs, they'll say it's like poker. You're not playing the cards, you're playing the person.
Right.
VCs, they bet on the people more than the idea, because a lot of times the ideas change, like all the time they change. So, So if you're the other guys saying, all right, how do I find good projects that are already vetted? Then you say, okay, everybody who gets into Y Combinator, I'll give you $200,000. You don't have to vet anybody.
Exactly.
Because you're piggybacking the Y Combinator vetting process.
Correct. Because you trust them.
Yeah, of course, Y Combinator probably gets pissed, unless you're bumping valuation.
Well, look, I think they partnered with Y Combinator for it. I think it was like a deal. But, there's a couple of good launch pads on Phantom. Avalanche is a credible, high-quality launch pad on Avalanche. There's a couple over on Solana, a couple on Polygon. I think there could be a real potential for that model.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great idea.
The question, the only thing you have to figure out is what is the DAO's policy on exit?
As in
exiting are you dumping tokens at 3 months? Are you laddering the sale of the tokens if it's X%? Maybe you create some formula around it. You say if project price is up 20%, we sell 10% of the tokens. That goes back to the holders. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we have to think that went through. But yeah, I get your point. So that they don't think we're going to dump.
Yeah,
of course,
or you could piggyback on like Paradigm. So every project that Paradigm invests in as a VC or Yunt Capital or whomever, I'm gonna pony up X amount from the treasury for every one of those projects.
It'd be also, have you done much wallet stalking at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
If we could find the wallets of the top VC funds, and
then that's what I mean. And you just take that.
You have to talk to them. You just come in and buy the token.
Exactly.
And then you don't, because we don't want to get tied up investing. We want to be able to dump.
Exactly.
If we're going to.
No, but we want to be smart about it. We don't want to harm projects. We don't want people to think we're assholes. So the idea is look, and then, so earlier today I was thinking about, is there a need for a Biz Dev Dao, right? It's hard though, when you think about a Biz Dev DAO, it's hard to think of a revenue model for a Biz Dev DAO, right? You take a percentage of whatever deals you make, but you and I are building this really strong network, and we know a lot of people like us that build strong networks in DeFi. So what if this project, ohm-based, maybe built-in lending, I don't know, and then you have a percentage going into projects like we're talking about. So launch pads we trust, VC funds we trust, wallet stocking kind of things we trust. We create that list. The community votes on it, right? The community votes on the partners that we decide to back, right? So they don't vote on every project that the tokens go into, but they say yay or nay on Paradigm is an investment follow for us. Yay or nay on, approved launchpad ABC. Mm-hmm. So that's the approval process. That's how the DAO takes part. But then the secondary part of it is we start taking every project that we're invested in and we start connecting them up. So we become like a biz dev hub for them as well. So we say project A makes sense to have project B connected up, and we'll get the partnership going between them, because at the end of the day, those partnerships just boost the value of the DAO's investment in these projects.
Yeah. No, Trading Edge made a comment. I think we said about using a DAO or own model to acquire in real life assets. And, just to give you an update on that, one of the guys was down and just came flying back from El Salvador today, and, looks like that first one is getting ready to happen.
Nice.
So the DAO's already formed. We're identifying different projects, and this one's going to actually be a real estate project with NFTs. So, you'll hear much more about that when everything is battened down.
Yeah.
But
I think we're going to roll everything out first and second month of the year.
Yeah. So we'll have we'll pitch it to everyone, or we'll talk about it here to everyone so you can see what we're doing.
But we will not be promoting it.
No, we won't be. Is there a rule it's a DAO, so nobody owns it?
Oh, no, for the DAO, that's fine. But if we're, you will. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, we're not going to break any rules much. Sorry. But not
Joe is the only one that's going to be breaking any rules.
No, there are no rules. But okay, thumbs up from Trading Edge. But look, this is, I do this stuff right. I don't, if there's gray area, I'll push it, but I don't go over the line. And if I do, then I fix it. So, we're not talking about anything inappropriate here, but you're right. We're not going to be shilling stuff on here without disclosing if we own it. And just so everybody knows, we have gotten nothing. Nobody's given us any tokens to talk about any of these projects at all. So this is what we're looking at, what we're doing. Of course, we don't have the financial disclosure banner up, I just noticed. But Brad,
Hey,
we got to
Joe,
get that
I
intern.
noticed you mentioned it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we need that intern in here. Okay,
That's your job. From now on, that's your job, making sure the disclosure is up on the
take it.
vid. That's your
But
gig.
we're not going to break, we're not going to break any of some of the US rules like that. So,
Yeah.
but we will, we will talk about stuff, and nobody's paying us to promote, nothing like that. So, you're getting our honest opinions here about everything, whether they're right or wrong.
Yep.
So, but I know it's about 1:06. We should.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I've got an interview at 1:30.
Did we ever? No, we still got to go through that list of things. Why don't we pull up like 5 of those things, those opportunities that people have DM'd you
live and just look at them live?
Just do it live. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got to stop promising people I'm going to do it because my life is not allowing me to do it. Now, the good news is, Joe, I blocked off the next 2 weeks. I've got 1 interview on Monday, and then I got nothing except the show and our work on the funds. Yep.
Yeah. So, look, we'll have the fund stuff coming out in the first quarter, and we're going to have a couple of these other projects, and the fund's going to put money into some of those projects. We'll disclose that if we do. And then a really cool DAO play that Trading Edge is talking about.
And launching the Discord out.
The what?
The Discord. I've got somebody that volunteered to help set up the bankless DAO bots, and I got to get back to them and get that set up.
What was that one again?
For Discords, for our show, a Discord. So people can come in and be a part of the community, learn more about projects, talk via chat when we're not doing the show, that kind of shit.
Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna
give us free alpha.
Yeah. Well, and the Telegram channels and all that stuff. So
yep.
We build a community other than just people listening. So and make it kind of where we're all helping each other.
Is my camera tilted? Yeah, it is. Look.
Yeah, I can see I can. Yeah, you want to push the chin down a little bit, buddy.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was funny. I was watching Succession on a parting note, and
it's that fucking show.
Oh, it's so twisted. I don't know if I just saw the last episode, but all right, Trading Edge. See you later, buddy.
Thanks, man.
We'll see you tomorrow. But they're all standing for the photo op, the one when they're at basically the CPAC convention equivalent in Virginia, and they're all like to the one they're anointing to be the next president.
Yeah.
Okay, chin down, and so you start realizing, I don't even think of that stuff, but I guess we probably should. Anyhow, let's roll.
Neither of us are shaving more than once a week, so what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I got my secret shirt on today from what's the CEO of that token called? It's
we promised to reach out to him. We need to do that.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
No, you did.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Thanks, everybody. Love you guys. Everyone. Please share. And please, if you got an editor, audio, video, anybody, intern, I don't give a shit. Just, I need somebody that can do the work. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.